What's up, everyone? Coach Dan. I'm back today for day 60 of our at-home OTF workouts. Happy Sunday, everyone. Once again, we got a great workout, short but sweet, full body strength training, followed by some intervals and then some core training at the end. As always, please share with us on social media. We love seeing your posts, seeing that you're staying active and engaged. Look out at 10 a.m. for our live session with Coach Charlie, and immediately after that at 11 a.m. we've got the Coach versus Community Challenge. So you guys are going to love being involved with that. So look out for that. Have a great one, guys. See you soon.
Welcome to our very first edition of Orangetheory at Home Goes Red. What does that mean for you? Well, Orangetheory has collaborated with the American Heart Association to bring you a series of workouts. One of the recommendations of the AHA is to make sure that we are doing at least 2 days of strength training for your overall health. Well, guess what is also a muscle? Your heart, the most important muscle in your body. And by incorporating strength training into your routine, you're going to have a stronger heart as well. Before any good workout, we do have to increase that heart rate a little bit with a dynamic warm-up, so let's get it started. This one will be 6 minutes total, 3 exercises for 2 full rounds. We're going to get started by opening up those hips. So find a stable surface if you need a little help with that balance, and we're going to draw a circle to the outside with that knee and then to the inside. We're doing 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side. Your second exercise is going to be step up. So you want to find a nice stable surface, might be the stairs in your house, to work through alternating those feet. Make sure when you step up, that whole foot is on the step, and then lower back down. 1 full minute here. And then for the final minute, we're going to do low impact jumping jacks. So big step out to the side, reach both arms overhead. This will be a total body workout, so we want to make sure that we get that full body warmed up. Remember, we've got 2 rounds, 3 exercises, 6 minutes. You ready to work?
Ready.
All right, let's do it.
is focusing on total body strength training. We're looking at 5 exercises for 1 minute on each. You're gonna need a chair, 2 medium weights. Let's go for each exercise. First one, we have a tap squat. So Coach Frank is gonna sit back, heavy on the heels, light on the toes, and using his hips to really tap that bench as he sits back and then driving through the heels as he stands tall. As an option, you can take a longer seated position and then stand tall. Next exercise, we're gonna go into a single arm row. Now this is gonna be for 30 seconds on each side. So one knee, one hand on the bench, nice flat lower back, eyes forward, reaching, and then pulling back and squeezing between the shoulder blades on each exercise to help support that posture. Our next exercise, we're gonna be going into a seated bicep curl with an overhead press. So shoulders back and down with that seated tall posture, keeping the core engaged. Frank is gonna extend the elbows at the bottom for the bicep curl, and then curl all the way to the top. Squeeze those biceps, pressing all the way to the top, working the shoulders. As an option, you can go a little bit lighter with the weights. Next exercise is gonna be a static lunge. Again, this is gonna be 30 seconds on each side. So nice long stride, making sure that your feet aren't too close together. So pretend your feet are on railroad tracks, dropping down until each knee is at 90 degrees. As an option, obviously you can hold on to that bench or any other surface to help support you as you go through those static lunges. And then our last exercise is we have a feet elevated hip bridge. So Coach Frank is gonna elevate his heels on top of the bench, making sure knees are at about a 90-degree angle from here, laying face up, bridging through the hips, squeezing those glutes up top, and then lowering back down, slow and controlled. As an option, you can bring your heels down to the floor, but still get that same movement as you work those glutes and the muscles in the backside of your body. And that's it. So let's get to work, everybody.
she had me in the sights. She might as well be kissing me goodnight. I don't wanna be a moving target. I don't wanna be a thing you can't hit. I don't wanna be a moving target. I just wanna be. I just wanna be. I don't wanna be a moving target. I don't wanna be a thing you can't hit. I don't wanna be a moving target. I just wanna be. I just wanna be your man. The gun in your hand. The hunt for your man. Once you take aim, nothing will be the same. The gun in your hand. The hunt for your man. Once you take aim, nothing will be the same. I don't wanna be a moving target. I don't wanna be a thing you can't hit. I don't wanna be a moving target. I just wanna be. I just wanna be. I don't wanna be a moving target. I don't wanna be a thing you can't hit. I don't wanna be a moving target. I just wanna be. I just wanna be your man.
All right, so here we have block 2. It's a 4-minute block. You have 2 exercises, 4 rounds. Now, this is your cardio block. Interval training is so important in helping to increase the efficiency of your heart. Now, your first exercise is going to be an alternating lateral lunge, taking a deep step. Your opposite leg is straight. Your option for this would be to reduce your range of motion. Then you're going to have an incline running man. Make sure that you're nice and secure, holding on to your chair or whatever object you're using at your house. Bring your knees into your chest, nice and fast, running. Your option here would be to maybe use your kitchen countertop, something a little higher that would be better for your back. So again, you have a 4-minute block, 2 exercises, 4 rounds. Let's get to work, David.
Next up, we have block number 3, 5 total minutes of work, 1 minute on each exercise, focusing on core, which is going to help improve balance, stability, and coordination. Coach Franck is going to start off with an alternating knee to elbow from a standing position. As he rotates across the body to his opposite knee, really hitting those obliques. As an option, you can limit that range of motion. The next exercise we're going to do is an incline plank hold. So Coach Franck is going to elevate his hands on top of the chair, tucking that pelvis under, really engaging his core to minimize that back arch, and holding that for a solid 60 seconds. As an option, you can always elevate the support surface. Our third exercise is going to be a curtsy lunge to an oblique crunch. Coach Franck is going to step back and across, keeping all the weight on this front leg, but also making sure to hit the obliques as he drives that knee up towards his elbow, really feeling that crunch on the side. You're going to be going 30 seconds on each side here. As an option, you can hold on to a chair or another surface. Fourth exercise, we're going to be taking it down to a mat just to make sure that you have that support and that cushion. We're going to do a static crunch with an alternating heel touch, making sure to elevate the head and shoulders off the floor so you can really feel those upper abs, and then tilting side to side, reaching for those heels. As an option here, you can reduce that range of motion. And then our last exercise, Franck is going to put his head down on the mat, making sure shoulders are supported, going into a hip raise to hit those lower abdominals, making sure the pelvis comes up off the ground. As an option, you can always bend the knees or lower the feet to make sure you get through that exercise. Now let's get to work.
You guys did amazing. Now it's time for your flexibility block. It's a 5-minute block with 5 stretches. Flexibility improves your range of motion, and it can help you to reduce stress. Give your heart some love right now. So your first stretch is going to be your standing quad stretch. You're going to hold on to something if necessary. Beautiful. Your second stretch is going to be your back and shoulder stretch. You're going to hold on to that chair, reach down, feel the stretch in your lats, your back. Beautiful. Now, we're going to have a seat in your chair, and we're going to do an overhead lateral reach. Beautiful. Getting those obliques, your sides. Make sure you're holding 2 to 3 seconds, full breaths throughout these stretches. Next stretch is going to be your seated spinal twist. Hold on to the back of that chair, really looking back over your shoulder. Great. Last one is your overhead tricep stretch. Put your hand right in the middle of your back. This should feel really good after everything that you've done so far today. Beautiful, you guys. Now that you've taken care of your heart, you've taken care of everything, enjoy the rest of your day. You have the rest of the day to be comfortable.